Hi everyone, it's day 5 that I'm reporting on of the 28-day Jason Vale Super Juice Me Challenge. I always have to think about it when I say that, I don't know why, it's not hard. This is going to be a really quick one. Day 5, not an awful lot to report. I did struggle a little bit with my times again, so I ended up having the 2 juices, so the 1 o'clock and the 4 o'clock juices ended up being quite close together. Otherwise I'd have ended up a bit late throughout the day for my juices, but that was all fine. Did manage to fit them all in yesterday. Did manage to forget to take my probiotics yesterday. I think, I can't remember. I'm definitely feeling like I'm losing weight now. So the first few days, I didn't really feel like anything was happening. And usually I'm quite sensitive to when I am losing weight, but I am definitely now able to feel that I am quite noticeably thinning down, which is great. I can't say I'm really noticing any differences in my energy. I am feeling very tired at night. That may just be because I've got lots going on. It may be that I'm expending more energy during the day than I'm realising, but I'm sleeping really well. I did wake up the other night, but I do have ways of getting back to sleep, but that nothing significant at all. So really it's the weight loss. And then the other main thing that I'm really noticing, I have this thing, and I've had it for many, many years. Years ago, I didn't know what it was, but over the more recent years, I've started to understand what it was, and it's my skin. I have very, very, very dry skin, to the degree that it's so flaky. It can get so flaky. It's not always like this, but now I understand it's to do with what I eat and what I'm ingesting. If I eat rubbish, I come out in spots. I know that's the sort of known thing, but I have this dryness, especially around my nose and my forehead, and sometimes my cheeks too. And it is so dry, I look like a flaky pastry. As dry as a flaky pastry, that expression comes to mind. Now, years ago, I used to go to a dermatologist about it. I don't use foundation. I actually don't use any moisturiser, and people are going to think, well, that's where your problem is. But I actually don't believe that we need moisturiser. I think our skin and our hair is all of our body. When our body's working properly, I don't believe that we need these products. And if I do use a moisturiser or anything to moisturise my skin, I use coconut oil or organic shea butter, organic of both. Really just very, very simple. I don't wear a load of makeup on my skin. So what I discovered, I'd go to all these dermatologists, none of them ever said to me, what's your diet like? And I now know, and I particularly know it because I have done some fasting, particularly in the last year, that my skin completely clears up when I get off anything sugary. So now I have realised or more recently, I have realised that what this dry skin is very probably a candida or a yeast or bacterial overgrowth in my gut, and that is manifesting in my skin, in this real dryness of my skin. So because I hadn't been eating very healthily just before I started doing this, I had been slipping back into, I've been eating, I won't even mention what I've been eating, because if you're struggling with any cravings, I don't want to trigger them. But foods that I don't normally eat and haven't eaten for a really long time, baked processed foods basically. And because I had been eating this way in the run up to starting this plan, I was noticing my skin, actually, I now really appreciate it because it's feedback. If my skin is getting dry, or if I'm starting to get spotty, I know I've got to clean up my eating. So if I'm eating lots of grains, lots of flour-based products, I don't eat sweets. I haven't eaten sweets for maybe about 8 years, maybe longer. I just stopped eating sweets. I do sometimes eat chocolates, like little boxed chocolates occasionally, not very often. But I do have dark organic chocolate, which I've got used to eating with just a Brazil nut or something, not too many Brazil nuts. A couple a day is more than enough, really high in selenium. But I'm going off topic again. So what I found is that I know if I'm having too much sugar in my system, because what happens is when you eat sugar, and I don't mean just teaspoons of sugar in your tea, I mean flour products, lots of grains, too many processed carbs, you are feeding the bad bacteria in your gut. If you eat prebiotic foods, or if you have probiotics, they are feeding the army of good bacteria who obviously you want to be winning the battle. So I am mindful of prebiotic food and I am mindful of sugary food, but sometimes my addictions take hold and I have no willpower whatsoever. And that, I think, is what was going on again in the lead up to this. I just flicked a switch and decided I was going to do this, and I'm really finding it effortless. I did feel a little bit hungry last night before I had my last juice, but as soon as I have that last juice, it just takes it all away, because it's a thickie as well. I don't have any cravings, but I'm not somebody who eats out of hunger. I'm somebody that when I eat because I like the taste of the food, and I get completely fixated on certain types of food. It might be not necessarily something unhealthy, although it has been more recently, but it might be goat's cheese, and I just have this obsession. I can't stop eating goat's cheese. Or pickled onions. If you're watching this in America, you might wonder what the pickled onion is. So anyway, I really appreciated that I have this feedback in my skin, that if I'm eating too much sugar, my skin gets very dry, although it doesn't always stop me. But of course, since I've been doing this, I've noticeably, my skin was getting dry again and very flaky, or it gets very peely. Everything peels, and little peel. It's not like a sunburn, you know, and your skin peels, but it's just like all of my skin is just all peely. And that I now realise is a candida thing. Now, funnily enough, I used to also get this if I drank lemon water. I think I mentioned I was going to say something about this yesterday. If I used to think, right, okay, it's really good for you to have lemon water in the morning before you do anything. And I would drink lemon water, and really bizarrely, I don't know if it was like a purge and I had to do it for longer, but I would do it for sort of a month or maybe even two. And I noticed, and I ended up, each time I tried it, I stopped doing it. So of course there's lots of lemons and limes in this vegetable plan. I'm not having any issue, not vegetable plan, juicing plan. Of course, I'm not having any issues now because my skin, I've noticed just in the last few days, has started to get really a lot better. So anyway, I want to make this short and quick. I keep rambling on, finding something else to chat about. But I hope you like the videos. Please do subscribe if you like them, and please do comment. If you're doing it, or if you're thinking about doing it, drop me a comment and let me know how you're getting on, or how it was for you, or if you're doing it now and you're struggling, please do drop me a comment and I will get back to you if I can offer you any help or advice. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.